Hey, let's do something for fun if you don't mind, okay?
Yeah.
Because you mentioned mindfulness,
Yeah.
and I'd love to juxtapose it with containment. That's a concept that I use quite frequently. So I'm going to whip up a clinical example. Again, like
Okay.
let's put this, the fellow aside just for a moment whose mother gave him the gifts. This is a person who comes in and tells me about an argument with her husband, right? About child rearing. So I want to get your opinion on this, Lindsay, and you tell me, is this mindfulness? I'm going to tell you what I did, and then you say, yeah, this is, or it's not, or this is how it would look different. So I'm listening to the story about how there's a disagreement. He had a different opinion on how they should rear the child, right? And then she shifts and she starts telling me about what a wonderful weekend they had together. And I point out that I've noticed something, and I wonder if she's aware of it as well. That she was telling me about a disagreement, and she seemed a little uncomfortable. And then suddenly she shifted, telling me about what a wonderful weekend they had. And if she's like, "Yes, I noticed that." It's like it's a process, by the way, in terms of how I do this. Because if there's too much denial, we have to go back and kind of take another pass at it in a different way. But if she's buying into it, I would begin to talk to her about what made her uncomfortable about thinking about a different opinion. You see, there's the difference that comes up in such subtle ways in everyday life, but that's quite devastating. So, what does she do to handle it, to feel better? And this is what I talked to her about. In order to manage the difference, she goes to what a wonderful weekend it was. And some people could go to attacking the other person as well. That's a way to be together too. I know that seems paradoxical, but that is togetherness because now you're in a fight, right? But in any matter, slowing her down and then recognizing the shift to a blissful, right? There's your narcissistic relationship and why it's important for me to track this, in my mind at least. Would you call that mindful? I'm just curious. This is where I'd love to have a little dialogue with you. Would you call that mindfulness or is that a little different?
Yeah, no, I would definitely call that mindfulness. Because again, if we're looking at like what's going on inside of me, what's going on outside of me, and then making a choice on purpose, right? Like if you're noticing the distraction or the detour, and then you're bringing attention to like the discomfort, and then she's able to sit in the discomfort, recognize the context, what's going on outside of her that maybe prompted the discomfort, and then work through it with you.
Yes.
Yeah, I would say that's a mindful moment. So you call that containment?